Hello, High Priestess. Happy new moon in Scorpio. Happy Samhain. Happy Halloween. I hope that the vibes are vibing for you, baby. Today, we're going to do a 3-card pull for the Pisces Collective. But right before I do that, I want to announce that the High Priestess merch line is dropped again today, 11/1. If you did not get a chance to get your comfy cozy High Priestess merch, High Priestess gear, High Priestess jersey, now is your time. This merch line is something that I've been working on for months and months and months. These shirts that you wear, it's not just shirts about a channel or tarot. This archetype of the High Priestess, this has been around for aeons. The concept of divine feminine intuition has been around for aeons. And if we think about the story of the High Priestess and how she taught at night and she practiced in secret to avoid persecution, to avoid being seen, to avoid being known, she had to kind of like throw off her scent, right? We are in a time where the High Priestess needs to rise. And we need to say what it is that we see for us to break our own patterns, right? And to break the pattern of trusting words that don't hold up in behavior, in romantic partners who love bomb, and manipulative relationships that try to keep you in a position that's convenient for others. The High Priestess sees not with just tangible evidence, she listens to her body. Have I told you guys, like, I used to date people where I'd get these like activated stomach feelings, these butterflies, these like this energy of like, and I'd be like, okay, go towards that person. Meanwhile, it's like, no. That's your body saying, we sense something's funky here. Don't go towards the danger. I had to relearn my intuition. I was translating my intuition all wrong. High Priestess healing is my ayahuasca baby of that reckoning, that realization, and the opportunity for me to walk my talk of what I've learned, integrate what it is that I was seeing about myself. The High Priestess, you see with more than just observing behavior, though. That's where a lot of the information is, right? Your stomach sees. Your extrasensory perception around pheromones. I'm not going to say smell because pheromones is different than smell. It's sense. You also sense people's pheromones. So have you ever been around somebody where you're like, I cannot put my finger on it, but I am so like stressed when I leave that person? You're probably picking up the pheromones of their dysregulated nervous system. That's a High Priestess. And you don't always have to know. That's the thing too. You don't have to know the logistical, practical, evidential reason why this person doesn't feel right for me. This environment feels funny to me. I can't explain it, but I don't fully trust the situation right now. That's okay. You don't have to. You're allowed to just trust what you're feeling, what your body is seeing, what your senses are seeing. That's what this is. That's what this business is. That's what this tarot channel is. I said to a fellow High Priestess yesterday, I try to read cards from a trauma-informed place. And it's okay if people don't. I'm not talking about anybody else. But to use tarot and our High Priestess energy and this archetype in a way that allows us to break free of the patterning of our trauma Isn't that like the most useful and most spiritual way to use tarot? To liberate ourselves? To act on what we're seeing and feeling? To gift ourselves permission to fucking trust what we're seeing in a world that says, don't trust what you're seeing. You are a hysterical woman. Don't trust what you're seeing. You're being overdramatic. You are too sensitive. You're wearing your heart on your sleeve. This is unattractive. You're overreacting. In a world that says all that bullshit, those words, those spells, wouldn't it be ideal for us to break those spells by simply trusting ourselves? Being like, if it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel right, or it feels familiar, but not in a good way. Wouldn't it be nice if we were honest? Like, just trusted ourselves to be like, I'm not going to overthink this. I used to give people the benefit of the doubt. Now I'm giving my intuition the benefit of the doubt. And if I only have a sliver of the data that I need, oh well, I'm going off that data. I'll allow people the space and place to prove my intuition wrong. But guess what? They're probably not going to prove your intuition wrong. This merch line is more than the most comfortable sweatshirt I've ever owned in my entire life. In fact, this merch line is more than a creative outlet for my energy, though it is that too. And this merch line is more than just a commodity to purchase, that's where a lot of my resistance was coming up, is like, I don't want to sell things people have to buy. And that's my own thing that I have to work through, right? This is uniformity in a way that celebrates your unique individual intuition that may have been silenced in the most formative times. I keep thinking, what if instead of being told we were too sensitive, we weren't seeing what we were seeing, instead of being manipulated, for some, instead of being abused or neglected, what if people affirmed, confirmed, and encouraged us to use our intuition from a young age? Can you imagine? This world would be so different. And I can't help but put on my little tinfoil hat, shout out High Priestess Jackie, who knows what I'm talking about, and be like, is that like the grand plan? Is like, let's silence these people by calling them crazy. Meanwhile, we're seeing the truth and we're calling out undesirable behavior, and we're calling out undesirable relationship dynamics, and we're calling out patterns that keep us stuck and sick or not receiving the love or finances that we deserve. This is my tossing a little stone into a big ocean, hoping to create a little ripple effect of, this archetype has freed me. I always cry here. And she continues to free me. And the very least I can do is share my blueprint with people in a way that's fun and playful and accessible, so that you can give yourself permission to let this archetype free you too. My joke with love and sensitivity is, no one's sitting with ayahuasca or watching tarot because we're okay. I say that with love though, like, a lot of times we're drawn to these spiritual practices for answers we cannot find. And I'm so grateful and lucky that Mother Ayahuasca showed me my patterns. My very first night. They literally used the word when I described my journey, my experience in the medicine. The shaman said, that's called patterning. She showed you your patterning. Now that you see it, you can break it. And I was like, what a fucking concept, right? And what did I do? I said, the only way I'll be able to completely break most of the patterning that I have adopted in my life, that was like programmed into me, right? Not my fault, but my responsibility, is to dedicate my life to High Priestess healing me. This whole thing that you're watching me do, I hope it's helping you. It's essentially me healing me. Being seen and trusting what I'm seeing. I'm trusting what I'm seeing in the cards. Trusting what I'm seeing in my third eye. I'm trusting what I'm hearing when these tunes and jingles come in. I'm trusting what I'm seeing in the patterns in my relationships and dynamics and what vulnerability is and the discomfort I experience. I'm trusting what I'm seeing even when it is so uncomfortable and scary. And I'm doing the thing anyway. This is so scary. Reading tarot on YouTube is so scary. Showing my face on the internet is so scary. I did a big scary thing earlier. I'm going to tell people about it in a couple months. When we do these scary things and because we're trusting that our intuition is saying, go do that thing or stop doing that thing, that's when we step into literally limitless opportunities. I was a public school teacher. Then I was a sales rep for education technology. I bet most of those people I worked with are like, what do you fucking mean she's a tarot reader? You know? And that's cool. And that's okay. And that's liberating too. Like, yeah, I'm not in a box anymore. High Priestess Healing Tarot, and this High Priestess merch line frees you. Don't be in the box. Trust what you're seeing. Trust what you're sensing. Break yourself free of the patterns, and don't let anybody's words and promises trick you into love bombing, manipulation, coercion, signing contracts that really don't serve you. Always ask, how does this serve me? Does this serve me? Don't be afraid to ask the questions, and don't be afraid to stay silent and watch. There's so much power in the silent observation of the High Priestess. You can get your High Priestess gear. We got sweatshirts. I feel like Spaceballs. Remember that movie, Spaceballs? Spaceballs, a coloring book. Spaceballs, a magazine. We got High Priestess crew necks. We got High Priestess t-shirts. We got High Priestess hoodies. It is cold up here in the Northern Hemisphere. I just ordered my forest green for that holiday season, should you choose to celebrate color-wise with me. Get yours by December 1st so that they arrive in time for the cold months as they approach us. Thank you to everyone who's already bought. We had 172 High Priestess orders, the first drop. That's so many people that are like, I'm down for this brand. I support this vision. I am the High Priestess. One of the high priests in the community, Dre, my bruv from Anuv, he was like, you essentially created a symbol or a sigil, and I'm not a sigil worker. I actually learned about sigils from another High Priestess, Kimberly. Go follow The Path Illuminated on YouTube. But he was like, you essentially created a sigil, because this triple moon, it means more than just moons. It's the phases of us, and it's the phases of our intuition, and it's the phases of natural growth, expansion, contraction. And even the patterns over promises came from my little old brain. It just blows my mind. And, well, you know, came from up top. But that patterns over promises, it's a fun way for us to look at things differently. Are we looking at the details? Are we observing? When people see the word patterns just stacked over the word promises, do you think most people would be able to like crack that little code? I'm just curious. But I feel like we're developing these special, it's like a special language. And the special language is reprogramming the subconscious. What you see and hear every day, that programs your subconscious. Why wouldn't we reprogram ourselves to free ourselves from the constructs and patterns keeping us stuck, sick, or misled, right, on that grander global scale? I have a very special additional surprise coming 11/11. You know why 11/11? Shout out to all my Metatron fans. Not just because it's like, oh my God, 4 of Wands, 11/11, it's magic, right? Of course. 11/11 of 2022 was the day that one of my YouTube videos cracked over 10K views, and my subscribers went from a few hundred to 1,100 on 11/11. I remember saying to somebody, that's a sign, right? Like, I can't ignore that. I'm supposed to like invest in this YouTube channel, right? And I remember people were kind of like not really getting what I was saying, and I was like, I'm just gonna follow this because they're speaking to me, and I trust no one else above them, whoever they are, you know? That was 2 years ago. And if you've been with me for 2 years, happy anniversary to us. Thank you for being here with me. And that also means that you've been watching me build a rocket ship while I'm flying it without a blueprint of what this rocket ship looks like, also without a map of where we're going. And that's the truth. I'm building something from my guts. And you're watching me do it in real time. Business owners, content creators. You can literally like just take notes. You're watching me do it in real time. And there's a lot more coming. I can't talk about it yet though. But 11/11, we have another special drop for this fucking amazing collective and community. I love you guys so much. Stay tuned 11/11. More magic is coming. Get your gear if you haven't already. You can tailor it. We got some off the shoulder cuts I've seen from high priestesses. I've seen some cropped hoodies from high priestesses. Show those body addies, baby. All right, I'm gonna do a 3-card spread for us. First card out, baby. King of Pentacles, Mamacita Margarita. What's it to you? This is big money, honey. This is investing in your future. This is becoming a master of your 3D reality because you've been paying close attention to the details. Big Virgo Taurus energy here. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Wow, that one just erased from my brain. So maybe focusing on Virgo, Taurus. There's an element of perfectionism partnered with your generational wealth building. Here's the thing. For those of you actively creating a specific type of financial standing for yourself, can you commit to a plan that you have evidence works? Whether that's auto withdrawing a certain amount from your paycheck into a separate bank account that should be like a high yield savings, right? I'm not a financial analyst, advisor, but I'll always share what I get from my people, you know? But like that seems to be the most beneficial way to save is like, let me take it out of the check before I even see it, right? And if you can't do that, having a high yield savings, what am I doing? Okay, having a high yield savings account though, so that you can accumulate interest on everything that's in that account, right? There's something here about your wealth building. There's a very simple process that you can use that over time is going to pay off. The Virgo is the perfectionism. So that's like trusting the process, trusting the process and just initiating it, right? And then the Taurus energy is, okay, this system and process, it's in place now. It's one thing to know it, but it's one thing to automate. The automation is going to like save money, time, effort, energy, and it's going to build up that confidence. I don't know why I'm talking about money, guys, but for who this resonates with. For other people, this could be you like stepping into one of the most abundant or professionally successful eras of your life because of the attention to detail you've afforded yourself. There's something about your self-worth increasing as you allow systems, automation, or a process to serve for you, or promotion to serve for you. For others of you, if you're partnered with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn in any way, shape, or form, there looks like there's like a little bit of there's a change in the energy for the better. So it's like a deepening of the connection or a longer term connection or some type of groundedness in the relationship itself. Next card out, Page of Wands. Okay, so this is like an exciting, brand new beginning. It's conduit energy. It's like, I got the fire in me, and I might not have the blueprint, but I got the fire. And I love this combo, King of Pentacles, Page of Wands, because this is giving like, this is the mastery, this is the perfectionist, this is the automation, so that you can free yourself to explore this next new thing. If you're married to somebody or partnered with somebody who's like got it like this, maybe this is your invitation of being like, hey, can you worry less about this stuff? This is like good for those of you in that scenario, so that you can explore your energy healing. So you can explore, what would it look like if I launched my own spiritual social media or my own energy healing business, something like that. There's like a little bit of, if you set up this system, you're going to actually have a lot more zest and pep in the step, baby, to focus on the things that fire you up. And this is something in your orbit that's been like in it, but we haven't acted on it yet. See how both of his feet are planted, and his walking stick is also planted. So this means there's like an idea, an opportunity, like a way you want to go, a path you want to go down, but you haven't let yourself go down yet. It's like somebody like wants to break dance, but they like never actually pop, you know? It's like the tease, but it's like getting something in automation, getting something set is going to allow you to take this next step, take this next journey. And it's exciting. Page of Wands is exciting. Ooh, yeah. Eight of Pentacles. This is Eight of Pentacles, master of the craft, right? There's something that you're very, very good at. How can you put that thing in some sort of like automation that you don't have to babysit? There's something you're good at that you don't have to worry about anymore. Maybe it's taking up a lot of space. Maybe you're checking on children, and it's like maybe the kids are good. Maybe you're just checking on them because it's habit. What if we freed up some of that space, right? There's something here about putting something in like an autopilot, auto response email, something in autopilot, so you can begin this next journey. This is spirit being like, green light, go. That song again. I did an Instagram live yesterday and couldn't think of the song. It was Lil Wayne, Uproar. Channeled that song, couldn't think of the name of the words, the name of the song, any of the words, but it's like, let's fucking go. That's the theme of the song, is like uproar. Let's go. It's time. Uproar. It's time to speak on it. Speak on these intuitive hits, this intuitive direction. Allow yourself to be seen in your methods, in your perfection, in your craft, in your skill. This is leading to some type of long-term fruition, abundance. There's an undercurrent of the Nine of Pentacles here. You know what this is kind of giving? Brick by brick. Whatever the bricks are that you've already mastered, it's time to let those be, so that you can lay new bricks. But with the new is learning. The pages are students. And with the new is you are a student, but it's also like recognizing I'm also learning as I'm doing. And that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. Bottom of the deck, yeah, that's the action they want you to take. Knight of Wands. I love this reading. How beautiful and timely. Happy new moon in Scorpio. Happy Samhain. I hope you had a beautiful Halloween. Get your High Priestess gear. I can't wait to see all of you in it. Keep sending me those emails, those pictures. Tag me on Instagram. I love highlighting you guys. So many people are inspired by seeing people who look like them. They're like, oh, I see me in these people. Thank you for being part of this team, High Priestess. You mean so much to me, and I don't know that I will ever get to meet all of you, but those of you who I have met or who have reached out and I've had contact with, either in the comments or you've sent me donations or you sent me love or emails, I love you. You are part of the, again, this is like the most magical, unfucking believable chapter of my life, and I'm just getting started. And I hope you come with me for the ride, High Priestess. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.